Welcome, and thank you for allowing me to spend a little time with you tonight. As the gentle sound of the rain settles quietly around you, allow yourself to become comfortable in whatever way feels most natural. There is no need to search for the perfect position. There is no need to make yourself relax. Simply allow this peaceful moment to begin exactly as it is, knowing that for the next little while, nothing more is expected of you. Perhaps today has felt busy in ways that are difficult to describe. Not always busy on the outside, but busy within your own mind. One thought leading to another, one memory quietly waking the next. Small worries becoming larger, simply because the day has finally become quiet enough to hear them. If that feels familiar, you are not alone. Many minds continue working long after the day has ended. They replay conversations. They make plans for tomorrow. They search for answers to questions that do not need to be answered tonight. They do these things with good intentions, quietly believing they are helping, even when all they really want is permission to finally become still. Tonight, nothing needs to be solved. Nothing needs to be organized. Nothing needs to be figured out before sleep is allowed to arrive. The rain continues its gentle rhythm beyond your window, asking nothing from you except that you allow yourself to remain here for a little while. Every soft raindrop arrives without effort before quietly giving way to the next. There is no hurry. There is no pressure. The whole evening seems to move with a quiet patience that gently reminds you that not everything in life needs to happen all at once. Without changing your breathing, simply notice that it has been with you all day. Every gentle breath arrives exactly when it is needed. Every easy breath leaves when it is ready. Your body has never forgotten how to breathe. It has never forgotten how to rest. Sometimes, the mind simply needs a little longer to remember that it no longer has to stay so busy. Perhaps you can imagine yourself looking out through a rain-covered window into the peaceful darkness beyond. The lights in the distance appear soft and gentle through the falling rain. Trees move only slightly in the evening breeze. The whole world seems quieter now than it did just a little while ago, as though everything outside has quietly agreed that this is a time for slowing down. Inside, everything feels different. The room is warm. The blanket rests comfortably around you. The gentle sound of rain creates a peaceful distance between you and everything that belongs to the outside world. Nothing beyond these walls needs your attention tonight. Your thoughts do not have to disappear. They do not have to become perfectly quiet. You are not here to empty your mind. You are simply allowing your thoughts to become a little less important than the comfort surrounding you right now. Little by little, the quiet room begins to hold more of your attention than the busy mind. The gentle rain begins to hold more of your attention than the endless thinking. The peaceful feeling beneath your body begins to hold more of your attention than everything that has happened today. Nothing is being forced. Nothing is being hurried. Everything is simply becoming a little softer. As the rain continues through the night, allow yourself to settle a little deeper into the comfort beneath you. Allow your breathing to continue exactly as it wishes. Allow your thoughts to arrive if they need to, and allow them to leave just as gently when they are ready. There is nowhere else you need to be. Nothing waiting for your attention. Nothing that cannot wait until morning. For now, There is only this quiet room, this gentle rain, and the peaceful understanding that your busy mind does not have to carry the whole world by itself tonight. As you continue resting here, listening to the gentle rhythm of the rain, you may begin to notice that something inside you is becoming a little quieter all by itself. There is no effort in it, no decision you need to make. The peaceful sound around you simply creates a little more space between you and the thoughts that have been asking for your attention all day. The mind often believes that if it keeps thinking a little longer, it will eventually discover the perfect answer. One more memory to revisit, one more plan to make, one more possibility to consider. It does these things with quiet determination, hoping that somewhere within all that thinking is the feeling of certainty it has been searching for. But tonight, certainty is not required. Tonight, nothing needs to be completed before you are allowed to rest. The rain continues beyond your window with the same gentle patience it has carried since the evening began. Tiny drops gather softly upon the glass before slowly finding their own path downwards. None of them rush. None of them wonder whether they are moving correctly. They simply continue, one gentle moment at a time, allowing the night to carry them wherever they need to go. Perhaps your thoughts can begin to feel a little like that, not needing to disappear, not needing to be controlled, simply arriving, then quietly continuing on their way. Imagine yourself sitting comfortably beside the window for a little while longer. Beyond the rain, the world feels wonderfully distant now. The lights far away glow softly through the darkness. The outlines of the trees become little more than peaceful shadows. Everything outside seems to have accepted that this is a time for slowing down. Inside, the room remains warm. The blanket rests comfortably around you. The quietness continues to grow. Nothing beyond these walls asks anything from you tonight. Every comfortable breath gently reminds your body that it no longer needs to remain prepared for what comes next. Your shoulders soften a little more. Your hands rest exactly where they are. Even the small muscles around your eyes seem to understand that their work is finished for today. Perhaps there are already little moments where your thoughts become further apart. One thought quietly fades before another gently arrives. Between them, there is a peaceful space, a moment when nothing needs your attention at all. Those quiet spaces are not empty. They are peaceful. They are gentle. And with every passing minute, they become just a little more familiar. You do not need to hold on to every thought that passes through your mind. You do not need to follow every question that quietly appears. You do not need to solve tomorrow before tomorrow arrives. This evening belongs to something much kinder. It belongs to comfort. It belongs to stillness. It belongs to rest. So remain here for a little while longer, allowing the rain to continue its quiet song beyond the window, allowing your breathing to remain slow and natural, and allowing your busy mind to discover that it does not have to carry every thought all at once. For now, the rain is enough. This peaceful room is enough. And this quiet moment is more than enough. As the quiet evening continues to unfold around you, you may begin to notice that the peaceful feeling surrounding you no longer needs your attention quite so much. It has simply become part of the room now, just as naturally as the gentle rain beyond the window and the quiet rhythm of your own breathing. Nothing is asking you to create this feeling. It has been growing gently, one peaceful moment at a time, simply because you have allowed yourself to remain here. There is something wonderfully comforting about realizing that the world can continue without asking anything more from you for a little while. Somewhere beyond these walls, the rain continues to fall across rooftops, gardens, and quiet streets. Tiny streams gather together before quietly continuing their journey through the night. Trees sway gently beneath the evening sky. Distant lights glow softly through the rain before slowly disappearing into the comforting darkness. Everything outside seems content to move at its own gentle pace, without hurry, without pressure, and without asking to be noticed. Perhaps your mind has spent so much of today trying to stay one step ahead that it has forgotten what it feels like to simply be here. So often, it has searched for answers before questions have even arrived. It has rehearsed tomorrow before tomorrow has begun. It has quietly carried responsibilities that belong to another time, believing that if it kept thinking just a little longer, it might finally find the feeling of certainty it has been searching for. But certainty has never been the doorway to peaceful sleep. Gentleness is. Allow yourself to imagine that every thought which arrives is gently resting upon the surface of a quiet lake. There is no need to push it away, no need to hold on to it. The thought simply rests there for a little while before the gentle ripples slowly carry it further into the distance. Another thought may arrive, and it too finds its own quiet place upon the water before drifting peacefully onwards. Nothing needs to be forced. Nothing needs to disappear. Everything simply finds its own gentle rhythm. Inside, the room remains beautifully still. The blanket rests softly around you. The rain continues with its quiet patience, and your breathing carries on exactly as it always has, steady and dependable, gently reminding your body that everything it truly needs in this moment is already here. Perhaps there are already little spaces appearing between your thoughts, small moments where nothing asks for your attention. They may last only a second before another thought quietly arrives, but even those tiny moments matter. They are gentle reminders that your busy mind already knows how to become quiet. It has never forgotten. It has simply needed a peaceful place where it feels comfortable enough to slow down. There is nowhere you need to arrive tonight. Nothing waiting to be completed before morning. Nothing asking you to carry the whole of tomorrow while you are still living in today. There is only this peaceful room, this gentle rain, this quiet evening, and the comforting understanding that for this little while, your mind is free to become just a little less busy. One gentle breath, one peaceful raindrop, and one quiet moment at a time. As the evening continues to grow quieter around you, you may begin to notice that the gentle sound of the rain has become wonderfully familiar. It is no longer something you are simply listening to. It has quietly become part of the peaceful atmosphere surrounding you, blending softly with every comfortable breath and every passing moment of stillness. The rain asks for nothing. It never hurries. It never wonders whether it has done enough. It simply continues, one gentle shower after another, creating a peaceful rhythm that has no destination and no deadline. There is something deeply reassuring about that quiet certainty, gently reminding you that not everything in life needs to move quickly. Not everything needs to be solved tonight. Perhaps the room feels even warmer now than it did when we first began. The blanket rests comfortably around you. The air feels calm and still. Somewhere nearby, the soft glow of a lamp quietly fills the room with gentle light, while beyond the window the darkness remains peaceful, carrying the rain across rooftops, gardens, and sleeping streets. Nothing outside feels urgent anymore. Nothing outside is asking for your attention. Everything that belongs to tomorrow has quietly remained there, allowing tonight to belong only to rest. Sometimes, a busy mind simply needs somewhere that asks nothing from it. No decisions, no conversations, no expectations. Only a quiet place where every passing minute gently reminds it that it no longer has to stay one step ahead of everything. Perhaps that is what this moment is becoming. A place where your thoughts no longer need to compete with one another. A place where they can arrive gently, remain for a little while, and quietly continue on without asking you to follow them. As you continue listening, notice how naturally your breathing carries on without needing your attention. Every gentle breath seems to settle your body a little deeper into the comfort beneath you. Your shoulders remain soft. Your hands rest peacefully. Even the small muscles around your face seem content to let go of their work for today. Outside, the rain continues its gentle journey through the night. Tiny drops gather upon the window before quietly slipping down the glass. Some travel quickly, others take a little longer. None of them are trying to reach the end. They simply continue at the pace that feels natural. Perhaps your thoughts can do the same. There is no need to rush them away. There is no need to hold them close. Simply allowing them to move gently through your awareness may be more than enough. Little by little, the room feels quieter. The rain feels softer. Your thoughts feel further apart. The peaceful spaces between them begin to last a little longer, gently reminding you that your mind already knows how to become still. It has never forgotten. It has simply been waiting for a quiet evening like this. A warm room, gentle rain, and the comforting understanding that nothing more is required of you tonight. So remain here for a little while longer. Allow the rain to continue. Allow your breathing to continue. Allow this peaceful night to continue holding everything that no longer needs to be carried. And with every passing minute, allow your busy mind to become just a little quieter, a little lighter, and a little more willing to rest. The gentle rhythm of the rain has become a quiet companion now, remaining beside you without ever asking for your attention. It has been there from the very beginning of this peaceful evening, never changing its gentle pace, never asking you to listen more carefully, simply continuing with the same calm patience that has slowly filled the room with comfort. The room remains warm. The rain continues. Everything feels a little quieter now. Perhaps your busy mind is beginning to notice that it no longer has to reach for every thought that passes by. There was a time earlier today when every idea seemed important. Every task needed remembering. Every small concern wanted an answer. But tonight feels different. The quietness of the room has gently changed the way those thoughts are arriving, allowing them to move with a little less urgency than before. Imagine looking towards the window once again. Tiny raindrops continue to gather upon the glass before gently finding their own way downwards. Some travel alone, others quietly meet before continuing together. None of them seem concerned about where they are going. They simply follow the gentle path that has opened before them, moving without resistance, one quiet moment at a time. There is something peaceful about allowing yourself to do the same, not needing to know what tomorrow will bring, not needing every answer tonight, simply allowing this moment to be enough. The blanket rests comfortably around you. Your breathing remains slow and natural. The gentle sound of rain continues wrapping itself around the room, like a familiar melody that asks nothing from you except permission to remain. Perhaps there are moments now where your thoughts seem further away than they did when we first began. They still arrive from time to time, but they no longer ask to be followed. They seem content to pass quietly through your awareness before gently disappearing again, leaving behind peaceful spaces where nothing at all needs your attention. Those quiet spaces are growing, not because you are trying to create them, simply because your mind is remembering that it no longer has to stay so busy. Outside, the rain continues falling across sleeping rooftops, quiet gardens, and empty streets. The whole world seems content to move gently through the night, without hurry, without expectation, without asking anything more from this peaceful evening. Inside, everything you need is already here. Warmth, comfort, gentle rain, a quiet room, and a peaceful place where your busy mind can finally begin to loosen its grip on the day. So remain here for a little while longer. Allow the rain to continue its quiet rhythm beyond the window. Allow your breathing to remain exactly as it wishes. And allow this peaceful evening to gently remind you that not every thought needs your attention. Not every question needs an answer. And not everything has to be carried into tomorrow. For this moment, the rain is enough. This quiet room is enough. And you are already enough. Exactly as you are. The longer you remain here, the more familiar this peaceful feeling begins to become. It no longer feels like something you are trying to find. It has quietly settled around you, as naturally as the gentle rain beyond the window and the comforting warmth of the room. Nothing has changed suddenly. Everything has simply softened, little by little, until this quiet evening begins to feel like the most natural place for your mind to be. Outside, the rain continues with its gentle, steady rhythm. It never asks whether it should fall more quickly. It never wonders whether it has done enough. It simply continues, one peaceful moment becoming the next. Perhaps your mind can begin to discover that same gentle rhythm, not by trying, not by forcing, simply by allowing this moment to be exactly as it is. The room remains warm. The blanket rests comfortably around you. Your breathing continues without effort. Everything that truly matters in this moment is already quietly happening. There may still be thoughts passing through your mind. That is perfectly all right. There is no need to measure how many there are. No need to notice whether they are becoming quieter No need to wonder if you are relaxing correctly. This evening is free from expectations. Perhaps that is what makes it feel so peaceful. Imagine looking towards the rain-covered window once again. Tiny droplets continue their quiet journey across the glass, each one following its own gentle path without needing to compete with the others. Some move a little sooner, some take a little longer, yet every one of them belongs perfectly to this quiet evening. Your thoughts can belong here too, without being judged, without being hurried, without asking anything more from you. Little by little, you may notice that your attention is spending less time following every thought that appears, not because you are pushing them away, but because the quiet comfort surrounding you has gently become more interesting than the endless conversation inside your mind. The rain continues, the room remains peaceful, your breathing remains slow and comfortable, and the spaces between your thoughts seem to grow just a little wider. Within those quiet spaces, there is nothing to solve, nothing to prepare, nothing waiting for an answer. Only stillness, only comfort, only this peaceful night quietly unfolding around you. If your awareness gently drifts for a little while, allow it. If you lose track of these words for a few moments, allow that too. There is no need to hold on to every sentence. There is no need to stay awake to listen. The rain will continue beside you. The room will continue holding you. And your busy mind no longer needs to carry every thought quite so tightly. So remain here, warm, comfortable, surrounded by gentle rain. Allow every peaceful breath to soften your awareness just a little more. And allow this quiet evening to continue reminding you that your mind has permission to become a little less busy. One gentle breath, one quiet thought, and one peaceful moment at a time. The evening feels wonderfully settled now. The rain has continued for so long that it has become part of the quietness itself, blending gently with the peaceful rhythm of the night until it no longer feels separate from the room around you. It is simply there, steady and reassuring, asking nothing from you while quietly filling the silence between each comfortable breath. Perhaps your mind is beginning to notice that it no longer needs to be quite so alert. Not because every question has been answered, not because every problem has disappeared, simply because this moment asks nothing more from you than resting here. Beyond the window, the rain continues to fall across quiet rooftops, sleeping gardens, and empty streets. Somewhere in the distance, lights glow softly behind curtains before quietly disappearing one by one. The whole world seems content to become a little quieter as the evening gently unfolds. Inside, everything feels peaceful. The warmth surrounding you has become familiar. The gentle sound of rain feels familiar. Even this quiet moment has become familiar. There is comfort in familiar things. Your thoughts may still appear from time to time. Some remain for a moment. Others quietly drift away almost as soon as they arrive. There is no need to decide which thoughts deserve your attention. You are free to let each one come and go in its own time, just as the rain continues its gentle journey without ever asking permission to fall. Notice how easy it has become simply to remain here. There's nowhere else you need to be. Nothing waiting for you. Nothing expecting anything from you. The evening has quietly created a place where your busy mind no longer has to carry quite so much. Every comfortable breath seems to soften the edges of the day a little more. Every passing minute gently increases the distance between you and everything that can wait until tomorrow. Outside, tiny droplets continue slipping slowly down the window. Some find one another before quietly continuing together. Others gently follow their own path. None of them are rushing. None of them are trying to arrive first. They simply continue with quiet patience. Perhaps there is something comforting in allowing your own thoughts to move just as gently, without holding on to them, without pushing them away, simply allowing them to pass through your awareness before quietly fading into the peaceful sound of rain. If your attention drifts for a little while, allow it. If the rain becomes more noticeable than my voice, allow that too. There is no need to keep listening carefully. There is no need to remember every sentence. The peaceful feeling surrounding you is already doing everything it needs to do. So continue resting here. Allow the quiet room to hold you. Allow the gentle rain to remain beside you. And allow your busy mind to discover that the most peaceful moments are often the ones where nothing at all needs to happen. The quietness of the evening seems to settle a little deeper now, almost as though the whole world has gently agreed that this is a time for rest. The rain continues beyond the window with the same calm rhythm it has carried throughout the night, never asking to be noticed, never becoming hurried, simply remaining there like a quiet companion who is content to stay beside you for as long as you need. There is something deeply comforting about that gentle consistency. Nothing has changed. Nothing needs to change. The peaceful rhythm of the rain continues exactly as it has from the very beginning, quietly reminding you that not everything in life needs to move quickly. Some things become beautiful simply because they are allowed to unfold slowly, one peaceful moment after another. Perhaps the room feels even softer now. The warmth has become familiar. The gentle darkness feels welcoming. The blanket rests around you with quiet comfort, asking nothing from you except that you allow yourself to remain exactly where you are. Outside, tiny raindrops continue their slow journey across the window. Some gather together before gently slipping down the glass. Others remain for a little while longer, quietly reflecting the warm light from inside the room before continuing on their own gentle path. Nothing is trying to arrive anywhere. Everything simply belongs to this peaceful night. Perhaps your thoughts are beginning to feel the same. They no longer seem quite so eager to be followed. Some appear for only a brief moment before quietly drifting away again. Others seem to dissolve into the gentle sound of the rain before they have fully formed. There is no need to notice whether your mind is becoming quieter. There is no need to wonder whether sleep is close. This evening has never been about reaching a destination. It has simply been about allowing yourself to rest along the way. Every comfortable breath gently reminds your body that it is safe to become a little heavier. Every passing minute gently reminds your mind that it no longer needs to carry everything at once. And the peaceful feeling surrounding you quietly grows, not because you are trying to create it, but because nothing inside you is being asked to struggle anymore. The rain continues, the night continues, The quietness continues. Everything that truly matters in this moment is already unfolding exactly as it should. If your awareness gently drifts away for a little while, simply allow it. If these words begin to blend softly into the sound of the rain, allow that too. There is no need to stay awake for the next sentence. There is no need to wait for what comes next. The peaceful rhythm of this evening will continue whether you are listening, dreaming, or already quietly asleep. So remain here, wrapped in warmth, surrounded by gentle rain, held by the quietness of the night, and allow your busy mind to discover that the greatest peace often arrives when nothing at all is expected of it. The peaceful rhythm of the rain has been with you for so long now that it seems to belong naturally to the evening. It continues beyond the window with the same quiet patience it has carried from the very beginning, asking nothing from you except permission to remain. There is something deeply comforting about knowing that while you rest here, the rain quietly carries on, one gentle shower becoming the next, without ever asking where it is going. Perhaps your mind has begun to notice that not every thought deserves to be followed. Some appear quietly, some leave just as quietly. Many no longer seem quite as important as they did before. There is no need to decide which thoughts should stay. The evening quietly makes that decision for you. The room feels calm. The gentle warmth surrounding you has become wonderfully familiar, wrapping itself around this peaceful moment until it becomes difficult to remember ever feeling hurried. Everything here seems content to move at the quiet pace of the night. Even the silence between the rain feels gentle, never empty, simply allowing each peaceful breath to arrive in its own time. Beyond the glass, tiny droplets continue their quiet journey. They gather softly before slipping slowly downwards, each one finding its own path without hesitation. None of them are trying to be first. None of them are concerned with what comes next. They simply continue, allowing the night to carry them exactly where they belong. Perhaps your thoughts no longer need to travel quite so quickly either. There is nowhere they need to arrive. Nothing waiting to be solved before sleep is allowed to come. Tomorrow will welcome whatever needs your attention. Tonight asks only for your presence. Notice how naturally your breathing continues. There is no effort in it, no instruction, no expectation. It simply arrives and gently leaves again. Your body has quietly remembered what rest feels like. Perhaps your mind is beginning to remember too. The rain continues. The room remains peaceful. The quiet evening gently surrounds you. Everything feels a little softer than it did before. If a thought gently calls for your attention, you are free to smile softly to yourself and simply let it continue on its way. There is nothing to chase, nothing to hold, nothing to keep turning over. The night has become wonderfully patient, and little by little, your busy mind is discovering that it can be patient too. So continue resting here. Allow the rain to remain beside you. Allow the peaceful room to continue holding this quiet moment. And allow each gentle breath to carry you a little further away from the busyness of today and a little closer to the quiet stillness that has been waiting for you throughout this calm and peaceful evening. The quietness of the evening seems to have settled everywhere now. Nothing asks to be noticed. Nothing asks to be understood. The gentle rain continues beyond the window with the same peaceful rhythm it has carried throughout the night, steady and reassuring, quietly filling the silence without ever asking anything from you. It simply continues, one gentle shower becoming the next, as though the whole night has all the time in the world. Perhaps that gentle feeling has begun to find its way into your own thoughts, not because they have completely disappeared, simply because they no longer feel so eager to hold your attention. The room remains beautifully calm. The soft warmth surrounding you feels wonderfully familiar now, as though it has quietly wrapped itself around this peaceful moment from the very beginning. The blanket rests gently around you. The mattress continues supporting you without effort. Everything beneath you seems content to carry the weight that you no longer need to hold by yourself. Outside, tiny droplets continue to gather upon the window before quietly slipping downwards. Some pause for a little while. Some continue immediately. Each one follows its own gentle path. None of them are trying to arrive anywhere. The whole evening seems to move with that same quiet patience. There is nowhere to hurry, nothing to catch up with, nothing waiting for you beyond this peaceful night. Perhaps you have already noticed moments where my voice gently slips into the background, moments where the rain quietly becomes the center of your attention, moments where you no longer feel the need to listen quite so carefully. That is perfectly all right. You have never needed to stay awake for every word. You have never needed to follow every sentence. The quietness surrounding you has already begun doing the gentle work it came here to do. The rain continues, softly, patiently, comfortably. Your breathing continues just as naturally. The peaceful room continues holding you. Everything that truly matters in this moment quietly continues without asking anything from you at all. If another thought gently appears, allow it. If it quietly fades away again, allow that too. Nothing needs to be held on to. Nothing needs to be pushed away. Everything is free to arrive, and everything is free to leave. So remain here for a little while longer, wrapped in warmth, surrounded by gentle rain, held by the quietness of the evening. And with every peaceful breath, allow your busy mind to become just a little less interested in thinking and a little more willing to simply rest within the calm that has been quietly waiting for you all along. For now, there is nowhere else you need to be. The quietness of the room has gently settled around you, while the soft rain continues beyond the window with the same peaceful rhythm that has accompanied you throughout this evening. Nothing has asked you to hurry. Nothing has asked you to solve another problem. The night has simply remained here beside you, patiently holding this quiet space, while your busy mind slowly remembered that it no longer had to carry quite so much. The room feels calm. The warmth remains. The gentle rain continues. Everything else is free to become a little more distant now. Beyond the window, tiny drops of rain continue their quiet journey through the night. Rooftops glisten softly beneath the darkness. Trees rest peacefully in the gentle evening air. The whole world seems wonderfully content to continue exactly as it is, asking nothing more from anyone until morning quietly arrives in its own time. There is something deeply comforting about that. Nothing is trying to become different. Nothing is trying to arrive sooner. Everything simply belongs to this peaceful night. Perhaps your thoughts have begun to understand that too. They no longer need to stay quite so close. Some quietly appear before gently drifting away again. Others seem to dissolve into the comforting sound of rain before they have even fully formed. There is no need to notice them. There is no need to follow them. The quietness surrounding you has become more than enough. Your breathing continues naturally. The blanket continues to hold its gentle warmth. The peaceful room quietly surrounds you from every side. Everything you truly need in this moment is already here. If my voice becomes a little more distant now, that is perfectly all right. If there are moments where you hear only the rain, that is perfectly all right too. There has never been any need to stay awake for every word. The gentle rhythm of this evening has already carried you exactly where you needed to be. The rain continues, softly, patiently, comfortably. The quiet room continues holding this peaceful moment. Your breathing continues without effort, and little by little, almost without noticing, your busy mind becomes less interested in following every thought, less interested in searching for every answer, and more willing to simply rest within the quiet comfort that has surrounded you all evening. So simply remain here, wrapped in warmth, surrounded by gentle rain, held by the peaceful stillness of the night. Allow each easy breath to arrive exactly when it wishes. Allow each gentle thought to come and quietly go again. And allow this calm evening to continue unfolding around you for as long as you need, while the rain remains beside you, quietly, patiently, throughout the rest of this peaceful night.